inviting Dr. Naqibullah onto the podium for the recitation of the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Dr. Naqib. So now moving on with the ceremony, I would like to invite the chair of the Department of Medicine, Dr. Zainab Samad, onto the podium for a short message.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for coming. We are gathered here today to honor our dear friend and colleague, Dr. Muhammad Khalid Qureshi. Khalid grew up in Sakhar, Sindh. He's a beloved brother of 4 sisters. We are very honored privileged to have his parents and his family here with us today. He wanted to become a doctor, went to Chandka Medical College to pursue his dream, and then in 2010 he joined the AKU family for the internal medicine residency. He spent 3 years in that residency, and kidneys was his love, and so he went to the nephrology fellowship. And the second year of his fellowship, he became a victim to a horrific crime in Karachi. Subsequent to that, in the ICU stay and his paralysis, those immense hurdles that life threw at him, he was undeterred. He finished his fellowship in nephrology and then was hired as a medical officer in the kidney bladder service line. He did that work, then went on to a research officer position. And because his health continued to decline, so much so that earlier this year he was admitted to the hospital, did not do well, and passed away at the very young age of 38 in July this year. Now, this is an unspeakable, irreparable loss for his family and loved ones, and certainly for his comrades and teachers in this institution. Khalid's legacy is what his life stood for, and just what I've briefed to you, it stood for a continuous struggle for excellence, his passion for medicine, his passion to help our colleagues that came out in every interaction. Every person that I've talked to about Khalid, because I didn't have the chance to meet him personally, was that he was kind, he was sweet-natured, and he would help you above and beyond expectation. Our assistant manager, Bisma, had a family loved one who was in the hospital. He knew her. He was not taking care of that family member, but he would go past hours to talk to them and reassure them and even provide education around their illness. So that was what he was about. It was his kindness, and what life threw at him, that is what is one of the biggest parts of his legacy. That he was undeterred, that he displayed extraordinary resilience and a great deal of courage and bravery to get past what most people would consider insurmountable challenges. He represented, I believe, what is the good in our profession. We in the Department of Medicine are very proud to have known him and to have been a very vital part of his life. You know, when you start residency, when you enter this rigorous training, you see less of your family and you see more of your colleagues. They become your family. You see them 24/7. You know them inside out. So I know that he was the center of your universe, but he was also a very integral part of the AKU family here. And we dearly loved him and we miss him. He was ours, and his legacy will remain with us. So thank you for coming today and honoring him. And I'll have others come and, who've known him very well, and come and speak about him. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zainab, for those kind words. I I would now like to invite the Dean Medical College, Dr. Adil Yadav, to speak a few words.
Friends and colleagues of Dr. Khalid Qureshi, और ख़ास तौर से खालिद के फैमिली मेम्बर्स आपके फादर यहाँ पे हैं, मदर हैं, सिस्टर्स हैं और अंकल हैं. अस्सलाम वालेकुम. आपका आने का इस हमज़ा मौके पे बहुत शुक्रिया. Many thanks to our Chair of Medicine, Dr. Zainab Samad, and team for making sure that we all gathered here today to commemorate the life of Dr. Khalid Qureshi. While we are all saddened at his prolonged illness and passing, it is very important to celebrate all that he stood for and his achievements. And I'm truly grateful that so many of you have come here today. देखें, ये एक of course अफसोसनाक बात है, मगर जिन असूलों के लिए खालिद हमेशा खड़े होते थे, जो खुशियाँ उन्होंने लाए हैं लोगों के लिए, वो चीज़ें हमें बहुत याद रखनी चाहिए और इसलिए हम यहाँ पे जमा हुए हैं. Khalid was a very promising graduate of our PGME program, and as Dr. Zainab pointed out, after a horrific and terrible tragedy, he had the courage and the will to come back and complete his training in nephrology. He, of course, joined us as a research officer, I understand, after. And although, as Zainab said, I hadn't had the opportunity to meet him, I've seen many pictures of him and I've heard many stories about him. And all of these stories talk about his resilience, his bravery, and his can-do attitude and the willingness to fight against the odds stacked up against him. Khalid, of course, remains an inspiration and a motivation to so many of us. And we need to keep moving forward in the spirit of this young man who has been taken away from us too early. जनाब, इन्होंने जो काम किए हैं और हमको दिखाया है कि किस तरह से उन्होंने अपनी रेजिडेंसी कंप्लीट की, ये एक इंस्पिरेशन है हम सब के लिए. And we need to keep moving. हमें आगे बढ़ना है जिस तरह से उन्होंने हमको सिखाया है आगे बढ़ने के लिए. जब इनके साथ ये मुआवजा हुआ और ये व्हीलचेयर में हो गए, उसके बाद everybody has seen this picture of Khalid, where he is surrounded all the time by people, where he is a smiling face, and anyone can look at him and say, you know, I need to be more like Khalid. As a medical professional, he was known to be calm, friendly, and compassionate in the wards and with all of his patients. He was well known to be the best person at breaking bad news and getting patients to trust him. And he was very amazing at tackling grave situations. I also hear that Khalid was a very amazing listener, always lending an ear, and as Zainab just pointed out, willing to go above and beyond for his friends. Now, I am a trauma surgeon, and I have had the opportunity to work with and take care of patients in these kinds of circumstances, paralysis and so on. And resilience is something that we work very hard on. And from what I understand, Dr. Qureshi was a mountain of resilience, and that he was able to show us how you can continue to move forward in spite of such difficult circumstances. तो मैं यहाँ पर रुकता हूँ. अगेन आपका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि आप लोग आए, और मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि डॉक्टर कुरैशी ना सिर्फ हमें बहुत हमदर्द हैं, बल्कि वो एज ए डॉक्टर हम सब के लिए उन्होंने एक राह दिखाई है, और हम चाहते हैं कि हर आगा खान का बंदा उनकी तरह आगे बढ़े. शुक्रिया आपका.
Thank you, Dr. Adil, for those kind words. Now, I would like to invite the Associate Dean of BGM, Dr. Ahmed Sharif, for some words.
Friends and family of Khalid, it's indeed a great loss for all of us. I had the privilege of knowing him personally as well, and we had some professional interactions too. And I think the two words that stick out always when we think about Khalid is resilience, as Dean later said, and the other one is inspiration. Inspiration for all of us. The struggle through adversity, and every time any one of us would meet him, that's the face we would see, the smile. I don't think very few of us are going to forget his smile. He went through what he went through, yet ended up graduating from our PGME program. And for those of us who were there at that convocation, there's probably not going to be a more powerful moment in any convocation anywhere when Khalid received his diploma at that point. So for our residents and our trainees as they go forward, he's going to be a huge symbol for inspiration, resilience, hard work, and keeping that lovely smile on his face as he went through it all. We're definitely going to miss him. I interacted with him during his last hospital course as well, and we all hope and pray that he's in a better place at this point.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Now I would like to invite the Program Director of Nephrology, Dr. Sonia Yaqub, for a few words.
Assalamu alaikum, friends, colleagues, and Dr. Khalid's family. So we all have gathered here today to celebrate the life of our dear friend, colleague, president, and just like a brother. And I'm sure all of us have our stories and memories of him. And today I would like to share one of mine, which will explain a little bit why Khalid was loved so much by everyone. So it was back in January 2012, and those were my initial days as an attending, and I was doing my first on-call internal medicine service. And one evening, I received a panic call from the on-call Tier 1 resident saying that one of our patients had crashed, and the family had really become very furious, so much so that she had to call for security. By the time I reached the floor, everything was settled down, and I found out that the on-call medicine resident rotating in the gastroenterology had come to the rescue. He took over the situation, spoke with the family, counseled them, and they all calmed down. And that was my first introduction to Dr. Khalid Qureshi, and that's what he was all about. A very helpful person, a lovely human being who touched many lives and many hearts with his kindness. He was gifted he was blessed with the gift of spreading happiness and sharing laughter, making friends everywhere he would go. And according to his colleagues, I would quote them, they always said he was the only one who they would give a nephrology consult without him arguing or being annoyed with them. So this was Khalid. And he was adored by the entire hospital staff, be it his colleagues, his juniors, his interns, faculty, even nurses, technicians, paramedical staff, even security guards and the housekeeping staff. And we all witnessed that when we heard the news of him being shot and when he was brought to the hospital. Everyone was teary-eyed hearing this and seeing him in that situation. Well, Khalid fought back after his initial prolonged hospitalization. He continued to fight his non-healing bed sores, his recurrent UTIs, yet he came back, he studied hard, and he appeared in his intermediate module exam on his wheelchair and cleared it. Later, he prepared his CPSP dissertation, submitted it, and started preparing for his FCPS Part 2 examination. As a program director, I have been to many PGME graduation ceremonies, but as Dr. Ahmed Sharif has just mentioned, I would never be able to forget the kind of standing ovation and the response in that moment that he received at the time of his graduation. That was truly something unprecedented. So no words can do justice to show the true meaning of courage, resilience and determination displayed by Dr. Khalid Qureshi. He smiled even the worst of conditions, even when he was critically ill. I would go there and he would smile at me. And his smile was a symbol of his hope and his determination that he would never give up. Khalid would always remain an inspiration for all of us. He told us, he taught us the way one should live one's life, and one should always fight back regardless of the prevailing circumstances. Khalid went through a lot. He suffered a lot. And it was very heart-wrenching for all of us to see him in that state. May Allah bless him with eternal peace and grant him the highest ranks in Jannatul Firdaus. And he and this smile of his will never be forgotten, will always be remembered, and will always be missed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sonia, for the great message. Yes, indeed, Dr. Khalid will always be remembered, he will always be missed. And I think the courage that we saw seen in him and the motivation that he's giving to all of us, even as trainees, has given us an extra, I would say, motivation to move a step ahead and to work even harder. Okay, so now I'd like to call upon Dr. Nazar Faruqi, the Service Line Chief of the KDM Better Service.
Assalamu alaikum, friends, colleagues, and family of Dr. Khalid. I haven't prepared any speech as yet. I will just simple. When I heard about his injury right back in 2015, it was horrific because he had finished his work and had gone to just enjoy a little bit of moments, and there he had this injury. And then he was admitted, and then he became a wheelchair person. Wherever he would go, a lot of people would greet him, meet him, and he would always have this smile, which even we close our eyes and we can imagine his face, smiling face. I had a lot of interactions with him during the residency, after he graduated, and I used to take care of a lot of, because I'm a urologist by profession, so I used to take care of a lot of spinal cord injury patients. And in one session which we did for their awareness and how to take care of themselves, Khalid was there. And it was heartening to see him to give all the group of 30-35 wheelchair-bound people a motivational speech from Khalid. That is something which I think I will never forget. So he was there, strong, strong-headed, and and he would be there for anyone and everyone. When he joined Service Line as a medical officer, he was there most of the times and would think of different ways to how to keep himself busy and work along whichever was needed. And then he joined us as a research officer. So all along in this different phases, one thing which was, and everybody has appreciated as well, that one thing which was very, very prominent was his smiling face, courage, strength, and giving us inspiration, and thought that we keep on whining and crying for small little things, yet a person whose life changes like that continue to be strong and continue to pursue his dreams and career and continue his life in a very, very inspirational manner. So I think that's all I would like to say for Khalid. May Allah bless him.
Thank you, Dr. Nazar. Now I would like to invite Dr. Mera Shah, Chief Operating Officer, Agha Khan Hospital, for a few words.
اللہ تعالیٰ خالد کے درجات بلند کرے. آمین. خالد فیملی یہاں موجود ہے. سو آن بہاف آف us being the acting CEO, on behalf of the leadership of the hospital, on behalf of the leadership of the university, I express very sincere condolences for such a nice gentleman. خالد سے میرا بہت ہی شارٹ انٹریکشن تو ایک دو ہوئے ہیں. In one of my orientation sessions on quality and safety with the trainees, and especially when I heard about that incident a few years back, جب یہ سلسلہ شروع ہوا, I always respected him, and whenever we used to cut across on our ways, he used to be on the wheelchair اور میں جلدی میں جا رہا ہوتا تھا, میں اس کو بہت ایک اسمائل دے کے اس کو موٹیویٹ کرتا تھا, بوسٹ کرتا تھا, and he used to reply back. So I mean, this is something that should have not happened on the first base. Security کی situation آپ کو معلوم ہے, مگر جو ہوا اللہ تعالیٰ کی کچھ اس میں مصلحت تھی. اب چونکہ خالد ہے نہیں, خالد کی یادیں رہ گئی ہیں صرف ہمارے ساتھ اور آپ کے ساتھ. The best we can do is we can pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for raising his status in Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah. اللہ تعالیٰ آپ لوگوں کو صبر جمیل دے. جس کرائسس سے آپ لوگ گزرے ہیں اس کو خالی سوچ کے بھی جو ہے نا دل دہل جاتا ہے. So please have patience, have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is life. No one knows what is going to happen next moment, and we should be ready for it. And ہمیں اس بات کے لیے بھی ہر وقت تیار رہنا ہے. آج خالد گیا ہے, کل مجھے جانا ہے, آپ لوگوں کو بھی جانا ہے. کون کب جائے گا we don't know. But that is the final destiny. The life after this world is the real life. And that's what we have, or what we, Allah Ta'ala have sent us on earth. So صرف اتنا ہی کہوں گا, حوصلہ رکھیے. خالد کی یادیں ہمیشہ ہم سب کے ساتھ رہیں گی ہمارے دلوں میں. اور ایک بار پھر میں اللہ تعالیٰ سے یہی دعا کروں گا کہ آپ سب میرے ساتھ ہاتھ اٹھائیے اور دعا کیجیے. یا رب العزت ڈاکٹر خالد کے درجات کو بلند فرما, ان کو جنت الفردوس میں اعلیٰ سے اعلیٰ مقام عطا فرما, اور ہم سب کو اس دنیا میں اس امتحان میں کامیاب کر دے جس کے لیے دنیا میں یہاں بھیجا ہے, اور ہم سب کو صراط مستقیم پہ چلنے کی توفیق عطا فرما. اور یا اللہ تو ہم سب کی امت مسلمہ کی, حضور صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم کی امت کی حفاظت فرما. اور یا اللہ جس دن ہماری موت آئے ہماری زبان پہ کلمہ شہادت ہو, لا الہ الا اللہ محمد رسول اللہ. سبحان ربک رب العزت عما یصفون وسلام علی المرسلین والحمد للہ رب العالمین.
Thank you, Dr. Menon. Now I'd like to call upon Dr. Sania Satwari for a few words.
Assalamualaikum. Just a few words to honor Khalid's memory. میرا خالد سے نہ پرسنلی نہ پروفیشنلی کوئی تعلق نہیں تھا. I was fortunate enough to meet him about 3 years ago, as he casually. And I think it was my privilege to have known him all these 3 years. آپ نے سب نے سنا خالد کی پرسنالٹی کیسی تھی. I think I learned a lot from him. His humility, his patience, बड़ा क्वाइट सा उसका करेज था, स्माइल सब उसकी बात कर चुके हैं. बट आई थिंक जितना मैंने उसको कुछ दिया, क्या दिया, वर्ड्स ऑफ एनकरेजमेंट, व्हाटएवर, आई थिंक ही गेव अ लॉट मोर टू पीपल by his presence, by his personality. And I think that's something that a lot of the people sitting here will probably agree with me. उसके लिए बहुत सारे लोगों ने ज्वाइन की, ऐसे ऐसे लोगों ने जिनका उसका नाम भी नहीं पता लोगों को, लोगों ने उसकी कभी शक्ल भी देखी. One example is my mother, Sarah's mother, people, all of the people जो बहुत peripheral थे, लेकिन उसके लिए बहुत लोगों ने दुआ की. I believe he is in a much better place than any one of us are at this moment. I can imagine कि दुनिया से चला गया, उसकी स्पिरिट जो है ना, सोअरिंग हाई समवेयर. और अल्लाह उसको जन्नत नसीब करे और फैमिली को बहुत बहुत सब्र और हिम्मत दे.
Thank you, Dr. Sani. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Bisma to give a message on behalf of Dr. Salah Fatma.
Dr. Salah really wished he could be here. He's in the US right now. मैंने कहा कि उनकी तरफ से मैसेज मैं पढ़ दूं. Khalid was on my service when he had the gunshot wound. Throughout his stay and then afterwards, I never saw him lose hope. That is what defined our Khalid, a man who would not give up. Sometimes life takes a turn which is unexpected and one cannot change the path it takes us. But we are defined by the way we fight. Khalid showed us how to fight. May Allah bless his soul.
So now I would like to play a short collage prepared by Dr. Salia Masood.
ले आओ तुम बेबी ले आओ.
Okay, so now I'd like to call upon Dr. Rabia Asma to give a few words regarding Dr. Khalid.
So, with Khalid, it's very difficult where to begin from. I was a colleague, actually, I was a fellow with him when he was in psychology training. So probably somewhere to begin from would be the time that I had my first introduction with him. It was actually when I joined AQ for my nephrology fellowship, and it was my first call here. Khalid was like a medicine resident. a senior medicine resident. So in that first in-house call, I was like all nervous, not knowing the system and everything. So one of my senior nephrology fellows, looking at my nervousness, she just told me, she just asked me for a date for a second and she would find me a solution to it. So she picked up the phone and she called up this guy and turned around and said, oh, yeah, it's all done. Your problem is solved, you don't need to worry about anything. Dr. Khalid is on call, so if you have any problem, he's going to give you the solution to it and you can run to him anytime. And at that moment I just wondered, why would a person who doesn't even know me, I mean, would probably just know my name, why would he come to help me? And considering he was on a medicine call, which in itself was a very busy service, so out of his busy schedule, why would he come to me and help me all together? But to my sheer surprise, throughout the day, throughout that call, I received multiple pages from him just to find out if I was okay and if I needed any help. And that was surprising for me. And then, even then, I was like taken aback, why would he do it? But then as time passed by and I got to know Khalid more, I just realized he was like this with everyone in general. He was courteous, he was caring, he would go above and beyond expectations to help people out. I mean, I really, even then, when he was a medicine resident and I was in nephrology, I adored him for what he did for people. That was like inspirational. Right after that, and for that matter, I mean, it's like a difficult thing for me to put it all together. So many memories with him. We were like, once he switched to his nephrology fellowship, we as colleagues, we used to, and as all residents would do, we would fight over rotas, stupid stuff here and there that like everyone would do. We would really argue the entire, all of us. But he was the first person, probably one among very few people, and that was his quality. He would bury everything there and would rush to you whenever you needed help. He was not one person who would hold anything to his heart. So, अगर जरूरत होती थी तो Khalid was always the first person. कोई argument हुआ हो, कुछ हुआ हो, nothing. कोई बात होती ही नहीं थी, mention ही नहीं होती थी Khalid की तरफ से. And then किसी को help की जरूरत है, among ourselves. And I remember once my father, he was critically ill when I was in my fellowship, and he could ask at home, and my post residency come there, and we were like out of the service, and I had no one to give over to and rush home. I was like, really got it. मुझे नहीं पता खालिद मेरे साथ नहीं थे जब मेरे पास मेरे घर से कॉल आई. खालिद को किसने बताया मुझे नहीं पता. He was the first person who came to me and actually asked me. कुछ पूछे बगैर, he just took the papers from me and he was like, Ravi, you go home, you don't worry, I'm going to take care of everything. And he actually did. पूरा दिन गुजरा, I didn't get a call from hospital, came myself. He was an inspiration for a lot of us. To me, it's very different. Well, so much has been mentioned about him. He was inspiration for all of us. Apart from that, one thing that I would like to mention here. I'm sure he was a great son. His family would call him better. But right before he fell this critically ill, I met him. And he was like on his wheelchair coming from the other end of the corridor. So one thing that he mentioned about his family, I had him up there, Khalid, don't worry, things will get better, don't worry. So he was like, Dr. Abdullah, मुझे अपनी फिक्र नहीं है. I'm worried about my parents. मैं गुजार लूँगा वक्त. मुझे अपने parents का सहारा मिलना था, कल को टू डेट मेरा सहारा है. और मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं उनका सहारा कर लूँगा. बस आप दुआ कीजिए कि मैं किसी तरह उनका सहारा बन जाऊँ. I can't forget those words. Really not. I know अल्लाह ताला आपकी मदद करे. He's been हम सब की दुआ में, he's been part of our prayers, and he will continue to be there. I don't think I think that did anymore.
Dr. Khalid indeed was a great personality. And I remember, even when after the incident, if I ever met him, many times he had the the chance to meet, he would always advise good things, he would always encourage more, he would always ask us to move on with all the hardships of our training and all the difficult times that we have been facing. He was always a motivation. Even when he needed motivation himself, he was a motivation to others. So I would now like to call upon Dr. Khalid's family to say some words of the family. His sisters wanted to give a message to us. So I would like to invite Rosaline and Manu to come and give us a few words.
Chalo, father side.
Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm his younger sister, and I know I'm just lost for words. I walked in and I was so composed. I cried, but few things that I would like to share with you that since it's a huge setback for me and for my family, especially losing your young brother. The person who was so motivated, who was so passionate, and who was so focused towards everything, regardless of his injury, regardless of his paraplegic life and stuff. But he was so focused, and I haven't seen a person in my life who exactly knew what he wanted to do and who exactly knew what he was heading and what he was up to. He knew that he would survive. He knew about everything, but he was so calm. In fact, he would go beyond everything. He would never give up, and he would still want to live, and he would want to enjoy every single moment that he was spending with us. And the moment when we all were around him, in his last moment of his life, he was calm enough that we all were surrounded by him, and he was just giving us a smile. And he was still, when he was on bed and when he came back from ventilator, and even when he was on ventilator, he was on one ventilator. He used to grab my hand, and he used to just give me that feel that don't worry, I'm here and I will be back and I'm not gonna give up. Life is actually, it's very unpredictable, and we never know what's gonna happen in our next moment. And I think Bhai made us realize that I think it's high time for us, being a human, we all have to go one day, and this world is just a temporary world, and we all will have to move on in our next destination. He knew that his sisters are, in fact, he gave he as a brother, he gave us an independent, he gave us a space to share our opinions on anything. He gave us a freedom to live our lives, what we wanted to live and what we are living. And बहुत कम भाई होते हैं जो कि एक भाई होते हैं और वो अपने आप को dominate करते हैं बहनों पर, but he wasn't like that. He wanted to go along with us. He wanted to just go with the flow when he had a gunshot back in 2015. मुश्किल था, he suffered a lot. In fact, we all have suffered. But I think I would just want to say in the last, he was not only good brother, good father, good son, but above all, he was a good human being. And that struggle that he fought for made us stronger, made us realize that कोई बात नहीं, कुछ भी हो रहा है, things will be fine, it's gonna be better. You just have to keep a faith in a line, and things will go in a good direction if there is Allah's will. And he did that. He knew everything since he himself was an apologist, so he knew what he went through, he knew what he was going through. But again, he always had a smile on his face, just for our parents. Ke Ami Abbu ko already itni takleef hai, ab in last 6 months mein na ho. But by the time when he was leaving a house for the hospital, where he wasn't well, he just told me, because my name is Zara, so he just told me, I'm going. And I was in a sarcastic mood, so I was like, you were joking and you were saying something else. So he was laughing and he was saying, chodo, tumhe kuch nahi pata, chhod do. So that thing, I think that gave us sabr. And being a Muslim, we have a faith, we all have to go one day. But Alhamdulillah, he's been blessed that जुम्मा मिला, जुम्मे का वक्त मिला और कलमा मुंह पे था. वो देखकर सब्र आया कि right now he's in better place. Whoever is going through in the same situation or who is ever in a rough patch of his life or his hard life, I would like to say something that keep faith, have faith in Allah. Things will be fine, and stay strong, because that's the only thing we can do, and rest Allah's will. And that's it. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning everyone. First of all, before I start some words for my brother, I would like to thank all of you who are here to give tribute to Muhammad Khalid Qureshi. When he got gunshot and when we listened, he had spinal cord injury and he can't walk again. This thing is big shocking for us because we have only one brother and that is so painful moment. But with the time, things going better, he improving his health. बहुत सारी मल्टीपल उसके साथ इशू रहे, बहुत सारी हमने उसकी तकलीफें देखी, बट उसकी एक बात सबसे मुझे अच्छी लगती थी, उसने कभी हिम्मत नहीं हारी, उसने कभी गिव अप नहीं दिया. इवन वो हमेशा खुश स्माइल उसकी फेस पे रहती थी. इवन हमें करेज करता था, हमें वो स्ट्रेंथ और करेज देता था कि चीजें बेहतर हो जाएगी. और क्योंकि जब भाई फिजियो करता था इनिशियली डेज में, हम उसके साथ पहले मेल नर्स आते थे, मेल नर्स के साथ हम भी उसके साथ आते थे. कोई ना कोई, या ये मेरी छोटी सिस्टर आती थी या मैं आती थी या वो आती थी, क्योंकि हम उसे अकेला नहीं छोड़ते थे. तो वो जिस तरह वो हिम्मत के साथ वो फिजियोथेरेपी और जो सारी चीजों से गुजरता था, वो करता था, मैं इसको देखती थी. बट और जिस तरह व्हील चेयर पे वो जा रहा होता था और सब उसे जिस तरह देख रहे होते थे, और वो जो लोगों की नजर, बहुत कुछ था वो बेयर कर रहा था. सिर्फ वो चीजें नहीं थी कि वो उसको इंजरी, उसको तकलीफ है, वो बहुत कुछ बेयर कर रहा था, बट उसने कभी फील नहीं किया. बट क्योंकि मैं उसके साथ कंटिन्यूसली उसके साथ थी, तो मुझे तो फील हो रहा था. बट मैं उसके सामने कभी रोई नहीं, इसलिए नहीं रोई क्योंकि मैं नहीं चाहती थी मेरा भाई के कमजोर हो कहीं भी को. बट उसने बहुत सब्र किया और बहुत, अल्लाह ताला उसके लिए आगे उसके दर्जात बुलंद करे और उसके लिए बहुत बेहतर करे. बट बीइंग अ मुस्लिम, हमारा ये फेथ है, हमारा ये यकीन है कि हम सबको जाना है. और बेशक बीइंग अ मुस्लिम, जिस तरह अल्लाह ताला ने हमें पैदा किया, इसी तरह हमारे वादा भी है कि हमें जाना है. बट अब भाई नहीं है, तो मेरा मिशन यही है, जो भाई के ख्वाब थे, जो भाई का जो ख्वाब थे कि लोगों की मदद करना, इंसानियत का मदद करना, और उसका एक ख्वाब था कि एक मैं किडनी यूनिट खोलूंगा, उन लोगों की मदद करूंगा, गरीबों की जो कि अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते अब. और इन 4 सालों में जो हमने तकलीफें देखी, सिर्फ किडनी यूनिट की नहीं, जिस तरह उसकी बेड सोल थे, जिस तरह मल्टीपल इशू थे. इवन जब उसको वो जब व्हील चेयर बाउंड हो जाता था, जो हमें हॉस्पिटल लेके जाना होता था, एम्बुलेंस नहीं आ रही होती थी. बहुत जगह हम जाते थे, हमें रैंप नहीं मिलता था, बहुत जगह हम लोगों ने रैंप नहीं किया. जो चीजों से वो गुजरा है, वो जो चीजें देखी है, अब हम लोगों का यही मिशन है, हम पूरी फैमिली का, कि उस पर हमें काम करना है. हमें लोगों की वो मदद करनी है जो इस भाई तो नहीं है, ہم نے جتنا آپ اور اسپیشلی میں سب ڈاکٹرس کا, سب کولیگ کا, سب کا شکریہ ادا کروں گی, کیونکہ سب نے بہت کیا بھائی کے لیے. بٹ بھائی اللہ نے بس اس کا اتنا ہی ٹائم رکھا تھا. مگر جو لوگ ہیں جو اس پین سے گزر رہے ہیں, صرف یہ پین نہیں ہے, صرف کڈنی کا, گن اسٹروک, اور بھی بہت ساری دنیا میں تکلیفیں ہیں. اب ہمارا کام یہی ہے کہ ہم اس کے نام سے وہ چیزیں کریں تاکہ اس کے لیے ایک صدقہ جاریہ ہو اور اس کی ہیلپ کرے. میرا بس یہی اب زندگی کا مقصد ہے کہ بھائی کا نام کو زندہ رکھنا. وہ تو زندہ ہے کیونکہ وہ نہیں ہے, کیونکہ اس کی جس طرح ڈیتھ ہوئی اور جو سین ہم نے دیکھا, اور جس طرح وہ ایون اس کا جب اس کا سانس نکلا تو اس کا 45 منٹ تک, جب اس کا بائی پیپ ہٹایا تو 40 اس کے لیپس, اس کا ماؤتھ پورا بلڈ سے بھرا ہوا تھا. وہ 45 منٹس تک اللہ 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 بولتا رہا. اور وہ جو سین تھا, اور جو جب اس کا جنازہ گھر میں آیا, اس کا جو بلیڈ کر رہا تھا کفن, تو وہ چیزیں ہم نہیں بھول سکتے. بٹ اب ہمارا صرف یہی مقصد ہے زندگی کا, ہم لوگوں کی مدد کریں, ان لوگوں کے لیے کوئی کسی بھی ایڈ سے, چاہے وہ جو بہت لوگ بہت تکلیف میں ہیں, بہت ہے, ہم کیا پتا اللہ تعالیٰ نے ہم لوگوں سے یہی کام کروانا تھا. اللہ تعالیٰ بندے کن کو کیسے چنتا ہے, کس طرح کے انسانوں سے کام لیتا ہے, وہی جانتا ہے. ہم نہیں پلان کر سکتے. ہم بہت کچھ لائف کو پلان کرتے ہیں, بٹ لائف ویسے نہیں ہوتی جیسے ہم پلان کرتے ہیں. لائف ویسے ہوتی ہے جس طرح اللہ نے ہمارے لیے پلان کی ہوتی ہے. اب ہمیں یہی لگتا ہے اللہ نے ہم سے کام لینا ہے اسی طریقے سے کہ ہم لوگوں کی خدمت کریں. بس اللہ تعالیٰ سے دعا ہے اللہ ہمارے بھائی کے درجات بلند کرے, اور ہم پوری فیملی کو اور سب کو صبر جمیل عطا کرے کہ ہم لوگ بیک ٹو دا لائف ہے, اور ہم انسانیت کی خدمت کریں بغیر کسی غرض کے کہ وہ ہمیں وہاں سے ریٹرن بیک ہو. نہیں, ہم اس لیے کریں کہ لوگوں کو ہماری ضرورت ہے, جس طرح ہمیں لوگوں کی ضرورت تھی جب ہم اس فیز سے گزر رہے تھے. تو بس آپ سب کا بہت بہت شکریہ, جتنا تھینک یو کرو. تھینک یو سو مچ.
Thank you so much. So, this basically ends the ceremony for today. And in the end, I would just like to say to everyone, to my colleagues, to my respected trainees, that stay strong, and life has a lot of difficulties, and we are actually having a very good life compared to what Dr. Khalid has gone through. He was a very strong human being, and I would always take him as a motivational personality and would always carry on the legacy that he continued. Thank you, everyone. And there are refreshments in the FOB court here.